the summer, focus switches to the FIFA Club World Cup as 32 clubs from around the globe compete for arguably the most competitive competition around the planet. In each one of these videos, we'll preview one club from around the globe. Who is it? Well, today we're going to preview Manchester City. That's right, folks, back once again with another preview. Today, we're taking a look at one of the clubs that are taking part in this summer spectacular. It is, of course, FIFA's Club World Cup, and we'll get to that in a second. Of course, if you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button, your one-stop shop for FIFA's Club World Cup, World Football, and, of course, Blackburn Bloody Rovers. We're going to all here under one rooski. In today's video, we're going to do a deep dive into one of the clubs that are taking part in this summer's football spectacular. We'll showcase you that in just a second. What I want to say is a big shout-out to the members. You know who you are. And a big shout-out to the Patreons. You know who you are. But anyway, sit tight. Hold on, and let's get into it. Next up is Manchester City. That's right, coming at the Premier League, one of UEFA's representatives in this summer's World Cup. That's right. Qualified as winners of the 2022-2023 Champions League. And they qualified back on the 10th of June, 2023. They've been at a Club World Cup in the past. That was back in 2023. I think they technically might be the holders of it. So we'll see about that. Moving forward, let's take a look then at, of course, the squads. Now, this squad could change dramatically. I just read something out there that Edison is on the brink, if not already, sealed a move to Saudi Arabia. Will that be a club in this competition, or will it be a team that's not represented in the competition? But he might be wearing a different jersey when this comes around, which means Steven Ortega may be the number one, to at least for this tournament, or at least it will be interesting to see who Man City will bring in the interim. Of course, it will be all change, you would imagine, in various positions in this Manchester City squad. In the back there, perhaps John Stones is also on the lookout for maybe being replaced with the likes of Gvardiol, Rico Lewis, Ruben Diaz, Akanji, still being very prominent moving forward. Into midfield, we do know also Kevin De Bruyne will also be departing the shores of Manchester City. He's going to be moving on possibly either to the MLS with San Diego or somebody else. Maybe even talk of a switch to Aston Villa is on the cards. Gundogan also might be on his way out as well, but Rodri will be coming back, and they've been massively missed, of course, throughout the campaign. But I do anticipate with the likes of De Bruyne, Edison, and co leaving, that there will be some new fresh faces in here, because certain ones who have been brought in have yet to really kick into top gear. The likes of Martinez Nunez has not been the greatest since the arrival of Jack Grealish. Also got big shoes to fill moving forward. Into speaking forward, Haaland may be back for this, but if not, Mamouche will have to lead the line with Doku supporting from the bench, perhaps. Okay, the best player has been by far is Kevin De Bruyne with 7.40 on average. Of course, it's not been the greatest season for Manchester City from their standards. Of course, they are still hoping to pick up some silverware, and it may even already be over by the time this video goes out. Savino's been the next best over the course of a handful of games, and Gvardiol as well. Moving forward, this is an average lineup, of course, of late. It's not that long ago, to be fair, so Haaland was not involved due to his injury, but Ortega between the sticks. He has been playing a lot of games of late. Diaz at the back there, alongside Gvardiol with Nico Riley and Matches Nunez operating in a kind of attacking fullback slots there. Kovacic, Gundogan, Silva in a trio of midfielders there. Mamouche, McAtee, and De Bruyne leading the charge again. He will be gone. That is confirmed. Well, I'll say he's gone, but his contract technically doesn't expire probably till the end of June, so they might squeeze it out of him. We'll see. They are, of course, coming into this with a stacked, recent, fresh-looking roster of success. Of course, Premier League winners. The first one of many was back in 2011-2012, but of course they've been forever winners of late. They won the Super Cup from UEFA, the Club World Cup, of course, current holders, Champions League winners as well, not too long ago. FA Cup winners, again, quite serial winners of that 3 times, it might even be 4 times. And again, quite a few English League Cup winners as well. Moving forward, of course, they are managed by Pep Guardiola, 54 years of age. His new contract expires in 2027. Erling Haaland signed a monster contract, of course, to 2034. He's going to be here for the long time, and he's a 200 million euro player, and he's just 24 years of age. The sky's the limit for him. Speaking of the sky's the limit, look at that, 1.31 billion. That's the squad valuation of this Manchester City squad, with the average player being 46.61 million euros. Average age is 26.8 within the squad. 21 players are internationals, 7 youth internationals, and 21 foreigners from around the world, of course. So this is their roster, of course. Man City, they'll kick it all off shortly after, maybe 2-3 weeks after the Premier League conclusion. Already we know that Liverpool are champions. Man City, of course, compete for Champions League as of recording. But they'll take on Wydad, of course, Morocco, June 18th, of course. Then they'll take on Al Ain as well. And then they'll wrap it up with an all-European encounter against Juventus on June 26th. That is, of course, over in Group G. Top 2 go through, that's right. Moving forward, this is the kit that was played this season. I think there is an image out there of a new kit for this competition. I think it's an away kit, so this one here might not be used, but we'll see. But we'll probably rank those kits in another video anyway. Moving forward then, let's take a look then at Manchester City. They're coming into this, of course, with high expectation, high hope, and hoping to retain their current Club World Cup title. Now, of course, odds to qualify from the group are 25-1 on. They are nailed on to qualify from the group. The win, the whole pissing thing, they're up there at 9-2, that's right. But what are my expectations for them to go the distance of this one? I do think, of course, they are winners. They like winning it. They're the current champions and they'll want to make it back-to-back titles. I think they're actually going to make the final, that's right. They might fall a little short in the end, but I do think they'll be there or thereabouts and they'll want to win this one. But I think just another club out there just wants it a little bit more. But who will that be? Of course, make sure you check out each and every one of these to find out who on my download sneaky prediction will be to go the distance. But of course, that is just my early take. We'll be covering this tournament from the start to the bitter end, and maybe that prediction will change. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it, of course. Will this club go the distance and lift the trophy at the end of the campaign? Let me know your thoughts down below. And, of course, don't forget to subscribe and smash the like, guys. This will be a non-stop shop for FIFA's Club World Cup. We're going to have previews. We're going to have predictions. We're going to have, of course, watch-alongs as well. It's going to be non-stop here over the summer. So make sure you do me the honor, smash the like and smash the subscribe. Until then, I'll see you soon for the next one.